Hi, I'm just going to share a little bit about my program coming up very soon called Unleash. And I've called it that because it's about unleashing everything that's great and amazing about our children. And also unleashing everything that's great and amazing about us, about you as a parent. So I'm going to be showing you how you can unlock your children's full potential, how you can allow their genius to unfold, and how you can help them live it, how you can help them thrive no matter what happens in life. So it's come about as a result of all my life's work. So everything that I've learned in my professional life, in my personal life of raising my children and watching other children grow and develop, and also my personal growth and development, everything that I've learned from my many mentors, teachers, and everything that I've done throughout my life. And I want to share it with you now. I'm passionate about sharing it with mums of younger children so that you can have it, you can apply it now rather than in 10 years when your kids are grown up and you're another 10 years older. And then I'm hoping that you can build on it, that you can grow even further and then maybe share it with other parents, who knows. So that's what's behind Unleash. It's really about raising kids that can thrive no matter what life throws at them. And it's about doing it with ease, with flow, and real harmony. You know, I really love to bring that feeling of effortlessness into family life, that feeling that life can be easy, that it can be fun, that it can be about play and not just doing and hard work. So what you'll get from this program is, first of all, clarity and insight into what's important, what are the important things to focus on, and how to do it, how to bring it into your everyday life. So through that, you'll get confidence. You'll have that certainty that everything that you're doing is for your children's greatest good and also for your own greatest good. I've designed this program in a way where it builds on itself. Okay, so you're going to come to the sessions and watch the videos and learn things. And because you're growing and learning, your children will grow and learn. They'll absorb that from you osmotically. And also through having conversations and talking about it. But a lot of the time when we grow, our children grow. And when they grow, that allows us to grow more, because what will happen by the end of this program is you'll feel like you've created time. A lot of the things that you're now worrying about or uncertain about that shake you or that you're doing, you'll see will just naturally fall away. Okay, so it'll give you clarity, insight, confidence, certainty, that comfort that you get from knowing that you are doing the right thing, and also more time for the things that you love and for spending time with your children. So I'll go a little bit into the structure of it. As I said before, it goes for 4 weeks, and I'll talk about roughly what we'll cover in each week in a moment. But first, so during the 4 weeks, we'll meet on Zoom once a week, and that's when we're going to integrate and talk about what we're learning, practice some of the exercises, and also talk about any problems and any issues that are coming up. As well as that, I'll give you some videos to watch, so some content that you'll watch in between those sessions, and they'll be about 10 minutes a day. So not a lot of time, not a huge time commitment for a really big, amazing result. So week 1, we're going to set the foundation. And if you've worked with me before, you know that's how I work. Because once we set the foundation, once we create a solid base, everything on top grows organically and becomes easier and easier to implement. So week 1, we'll talk about the solid base of safety and certainty. and how we can create that within ourselves, no matter what's going on around us. And also how you can show your children how to do that for themselves. And if you can imagine, that in itself is going to make life easier and give us a great thing to build up on. Okay, so safety, week 1. Week 2, before I go on to week 2, so week 1 will also talk about emotional regulation, which is part of that, creating that internal feeling of safety. Now, going on to week 2, we're going to move out into interactions. It'll be all about interactions that we have with the world outside of us. So whether it's people, friends, family, other people in society, or whether it's interacting with information, it will all be covered in week 2. And we'll be highlighting the difference between those interactions that nourish us, that are coming from this place of safety and certainty, and those interactions that are destabilizing, that sow those seeds of doubt in us and that make us feel uncertain and a bit shaken. Okay, and you'll learn how to maximize the nourishing ones and reduce the interactions that are destabilizing. And in week 2, we'll also talk about setting goals that are true for us and that are true for your children. Okay, and you might notice by now that I haven't talked about learning how to read, write, maths, science, none of the schoolworky stuff. And the reason for that is that I really believe about in bringing learning in through the side door. So all of that will happen as a side effect of everything that you do in this course. Okay, so there'll be absolutely no need to worry about it, no need to be teaching, imparting knowledge, for your kids to be memorizing stuff. All of that will not totally disappear, but it will happen in a very different way to what we're used to. Okay, so week 1, foundation, week 2, setting goals. Week 3, we're going to go into our expression in the world. So how to encourage our children to express their true self in the world, because that's really when we thrive. When we have goals that are true for us, and when we find ways to reach those goals that are also true for us. So this is the powerful culmination of this program. This is where you really start to get results. And we'll also talk about will and persistence in this week, and how to develop that in your children and also in yourself, because sometimes we lack will and persistence to get to those goals. So that's week 3. Now, week 4, we're going to move up into our intuition. And if you've worked with me before, you've probably heard me say that I combine the mystical and the practical. So it's about combining science and neuroscience and our natural tendencies with intuition, intuitive knowledge, inner knowing, and ancient wisdom. Okay, so in week 4, we're going to touch on that. I'm going to show you how you can use your intuition to find the easiest, the most obvious path from where you are to the goals that you're setting or that your children are setting. Because our intuition really is the most reliable way to tell us the path, to tell us where to go. So that's the 4 weeks. Now, I'm not going to leave you there, because what's going to happen after the 4 weeks is we'll have one more session, and that will be our completion session, so that we can talk about what we've learned and also talk about and address the natural resistance that always comes up when we learn something new, because we're always pulled back towards what we know and what's familiar. So this last session is very important, and it's important for all learning to have time to integrate and assimilate and address any issues, any problems that you might have with implementing the learning in your particular situation and in your unique life. And as I said, we'll deal with resistance and obstacles that naturally come up. And I'll tell you and share with you how you can deal with those. All right, so that's unleash. If you're now feeling like this is for you, if you're leaning towards it, if your body is saying yes, then do come along. There'll be a button somewhere underneath this video. Click on it. And if you are experiencing resistance or you've got some questions, then get in touch with me so that we can talk about it, address it. I want to work with you. If this is true for you, then I'd love to work with you to make this happen for you. Okay, so click the button or get in touch. And in the meantime, take care. Bye-bye.